Hi everyone, it's Laura here, and today we have a little bit of a different video here on this channel because we will be talking about brush lettering. If you have been following me, you know that I have recently become interested in brush lettering and planning as well, and I have been looking for ways to improve my hand lettering and my technique. Practice does make progress, so that is key, but I wanted to share with you how you can actually practice your hand lettering, creating customized worksheets and practice sheets using a very interesting stamp set by Pink Your Life. This stamp set is called Practicing Brush Lettering, and it is basically an alphabet stamp, but which has some very interesting features which are not present in a regular alphabet stamp that is not made for practicing brush lettering. So you can see you have all the letters of the alphabet in this beautiful brush font. You have a capital and a lowercase version, and you also have some numbers. And you might have noticed right now that there are some tiny symbols next to the letters, and these are actually arrows that will help you build your letters. But let's proceed with order and let's have a look at how we need to use this stamp set. We need to do some stamping, so we will need a small acrylic block or a stamping tool and also some ink. Right now I'll be using some black ink because I just wanted the letters to be visible through the camera, but a light gray ink might be a little bit easier to use so that you can actually see what you are doing. And I will have a list of the supplies that I used in today's video in the description box down below, including this stamp set. So I have my stamp set, I have my ink, I mounted my letter A on my acrylic block, and now I'm going to stamp it on this dotted sheet. You can choose the paper you prefer, but I like the fact that I have a guide from the dotted grid. So I stamped my letter A, and now I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you to see what I'm doing. But before that, I wanted to tell you which pen I'm using. This is a Pentel Sign brush pen, and it has a brush tip, which will allow me to get some variation in the thickness of my strokes. And the basic principle of hand lettering is that you go thin on your upstrokes and thick on your downstroke, and you achieve that by varying the pressure you apply on your paper. The interesting feature of this stamp set are these arrows that run all along the letters. You can see here one of the arrows is a little bit larger and has a little dot at the end, and that will tell you where to start your letter, so where you have to start your strokes. And the arrows will let you know if that is a downstroke, so if you have to go thick and increase your pressure, or if that is an upstroke, so if you have to go thin. So I'm going to start where the little dot is. Following the arrow, I'm going to go down thick and then up thin, and again down thick and up thin, and here I have formed my letter A. I'm going to repeat this step and stamp the letter one more time, this time with a bit of a darker ink so that you can see more clearly how I'm following the arrows on the stamp to help me build my A. So I'm starting where the dot is, going down, applying pressure, and then lifting the pen as I move up. And then I am completing my A by going down with a thicker stroke and then up with a thinner one. So I hope I was able to show you how this stamp set not only provides with an example alphabet, which for beginners like me is really useful because we are so focused on the technique and forming the letters is kind of the next step, but also it actually helps you understand how to build each individual letters, so how each letter is broken down in a set of strokes, thanks to the arrows and that little dot I showed you. Another very fun feature is that obviously you can create your own practice sheets. I'm sharing a quick example here on the sheet that I have been using so far. So I have mounted a few letters on my stamp platform, and you can see how easy it is to repeatedly stamp them on my piece of paper so that I can then go in with my pen and practice all my letters. Also in this case, I'm using a black ink because I wanted you to be able to see what I'm doing on camera, but for a practice sheet that I would use just for myself, I would actually use a light gray one. And also you can obviously decide if you want to focus on one letter at a time and practice that, stamping the stamp on the whole sheet, or as I'm doing now, practice several letters and study how they're built. So you can really use this stamp set to customize your practice sessions for your brush lettering. Oh, and by the way, do you remember that little quote that I wrote at the beginning? I first stamped all the letters with the light gray ink that I was talking to you about, and then I went over them with my Pentel sign brush pens in different colors. And that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed this different content a little bit, and again, if you are interested in any of the products that were shown in the video today, you will find them listed and linked in the description box down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed my content, and I'll catch you guys soon with the next video. Bye!